waiting for a few more people to join us this afternoon. Thank you so much for tuning in, firstly. Welcome for anyone who is new to our afternoon sessions from the Vault. My name is Jessica, and I will be spending the next hour talking through some of our fantastic new ins. As you can see behind me, everything on this show is Hermès. The wonderful Cheryl is moderating today. Hi, Cheryl, how are you doing? Anybody else who's joining, please feel free, as ever, to comment. Any questions, welcome, during our, not so much a power hour, this is more an hour to go through pieces of interest, collector's items. We cover beautiful, rarer pieces, perhaps, that we get in. Everything on the show today is brand new in box, most of which is fresh from store, so with receipt dated very recently. There are a few anomalies in this week's show that I have selected, simply because they are notable, they are interesting as part of the Hermès collection. They are not all your usual B's and K's. When I say usual, obviously they're all spectacular pieces. Hi Nadia, how are you doing? Michelle, we are in London. We are live from London this afternoon in our Luxury Promise Vault, which is near our HQ, with all of our brand new, beautiful Hermès pieces. Any of our international shoppers, of course, all of the items on today's show can be shipped free of duties and customs payments. However, spoiler alert, we do have a few exotics on today's show, which for any Hermès expert will know, or luxury shopper generally, Crocs don't travel well in terms of shipping. All of our exotics will come with a hand carry side tees, which is fine if you are the owner of the bag, but we would obviously only offer exotics for collection in London. So if there is anything of interest and you are based overseas, we can always hold pieces for you until if there is anything you would like to check out with, rather, we can hold them until you are ready to collect them in person. Okay, Anna, hi, Jess, do you have anything in limoncello or similar? Oh my gosh, that colour is amazing. I'm a big fan of the yellows. A big fan of the yellows personally. So we actually have, what have we got? Not in today's selection. There are a few lime pieces coming. Lime is still in production. Limoncello is obviously something that that's one of the new colour chart pieces. Nothing yet, but I will make a note and make sure that if there's anything in those colours that come in. There is an amazing historic season colour called Jaune Curcuma, which is only available in the Orans. Is it bags or shoes that you're looking for in that colour, Anna? Tell me. Michelle, I'm so excited to learn more. Do you have any? Celia, been curious about the bag style and leathers. Yes, we do. The Celia style is actually in the Birkin, has been discontinued. This is a perfect segue into something that I was planning on featuring. It's almost as if you knew, Michelle. Okay, let's start with, Anna, bags. No, we did literally just we just said goodbye to our K25 lime, but limoncello I will absolutely feature if anything comes in, because it's on the new colour chart. There's some beautiful new colours for all of my fellow bag boffins out there who have been studying the colour chart. There are some amazing greens, yellows and pinks, which I'm super excited about. Just kidding, highway, so I can play with the bags all day. Nadia, I'm not going to lie, I feel very fortunate to be surrounded by all these amazing bags, day in, day out. I hit the job lottery jackpot. Truly, I'm very pleased about where I get to spend my whole day. Basically lighter pastel yellow. Yeah, the limoncello is a little bit more kind of, it's like a chalky yellow, isn't it? It's I have seen a couple of pieces, but only in photographs so far, nothing in person. There's only a few of the new colours that we've started to see so far in the B stamp series, but as sure as the year continues, we will receive some incredible pieces. Hi, Alexandrine, how are you doing? Okay, right, so in answer to our quick question regarding Cellier, pieces. I have our first bag today, which is an ultimate classic. They have discontinued the B25, B30, B35 in Cellier in single tone. It's official, announced by Hermès. We know that when this happens, it takes a little while for the secondary market to catch up because they are still being released from store. We have just seen the most incredible blue celeste in Cellier, which I do have. It's not part of the show today, but it literally just arrived this morning and it is stunning. I will show you guys very shortly. Look at this absolute beauty. So this is a B25 Birkin in black Cellier Epsom leather, gold hardware. So it's U-stamped 2022, late 2022. Nadia, why do you think we did that? So, okay, when the artisans are obviously creating pieces, they look at how long it takes to produce. The Birkin Cellier apparently takes twice as long as a retourné Birkin to produce. So just to give you a comparison, this is a beautiful B25, a taupe in retourné. So the retourné is where the seams are folded in to create this lovely soft shaping of the bag, generally in some of the softer leathers, although they do obviously make the Epsom in retourné as well. But this is our Cellier version. It will still be available on the a la carte collection moving forward. It is still available to place special orders for in the Birkin Cellier style, but not as part of the main line collection in single tone. Donna, can we see the tan Birkin on top? Yes, we can. That's actually, I will get to him, I promise. I don't think they'll ever discontinue the Kelly Cellier. I think that that's always been part of the collection. The Birkin Cellier was very much a novelty. When it was released, the first pieces we saw, interestingly enough, were the amazing sunrise and sunset collection in the rainbow style, which had this incredible, it was in the B35, but it had the most beautiful detailing of colour blocking across the front. Stunning, really, really beautiful collection. And we started to see that at the end of, I would say this was very much pre-COVID. In terms of dates now, it's before COVID and since. Let me just go through, sorry, I've lost the light on my phone. Okay, so black Birkin B35 Cellier. Shell has very kindly shared the dimensions of the B25. It is very dinky, the B25 classically. Personally, I'm more of a B30 because of my stature. So let me just show you the B25, really dinky, but it definitely is a little bit more suited to those that are smaller of stature. If it's something that's for an everyday bag, I definitely think this is something for, I personally also have a little bit sturdier wrist, so it's quite difficult for me to get my hand through the top handles there. Kelly, not so much in the smaller sizes, actually, interesting enough, because the handle arch is actually a little bit higher. Okay, so pricing wise, at the moment, this is something that I know pricing will start to increase for when fewer of them are obviously coming out of stores. When we start to see fewer on the market, this is definitely something that we will start to see pricing increase on the secondary market for. So B25, black Epsom gold hardware, stunning combination in this Cellier style, is available for £24,500, and that is 30,664 US dollars. There we go. Stunning. So Birkin and Cellier options there. Stunning. Oh God, I just love this little dinky bag. It's not practical for me personally because I am longer of limbed. Okay, we wanted to have a look quickly. I think somebody who asked for the lovely, thank you everybody for joining us today. Who has asked about this lovely, there was a question, I just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. read your mind. Oh, thank you, Michelle. I'm good. I'm glad we're on the same page. That's good. Donna was asking to have a look at the tan Birkin up top. Okay, so it's a B35. This is the happy place for big bag lovers. Okay, we've got two actually. That this one wasn't part of the show today. It was kind of just there for clickbait, but always helpful, right? Hilary, hi. Thank you so much for joining us today. Let me just put my magic glove on. You know when the gloves come out, everything is new. Everything is pristine, perfect condition. Right, I'm going to very quickly show you the first featured B35 today, which is this gorgeous B35 gold. Super classic, really unbelievable combination. I always love gold with palladium because it really brings out the contrast stitching. Lou, there is a white 23 centimetre roulis on the website, wondering if you can show it. It is not here in the vault today. The vault is predominantly pieces that are brand new. I believe the roulis online is, I'm not sure where it's located actually. Lou, I'm sorry, it's not part of our collection. It will show the location of the bag on the site. I don't know if that one is in London, but it's not part of our collection here at the vault, I'm afraid. There is a very similar, I'm trying to think what there is similar to the roulis at the moment. Probably only the Getter, I think, currently. Okay, right, so let's start again. B35, gold, in the most delicious combination with palladium hardware. This is obviously the retourné style where you start to see in the Togo leather. It's really soft, super subtle, a lovely combination, as I say, with the palladium. This is the ultimate slouchy, grab and go day bag. The only thing I would say is, although it has all original plastics, as with all of our new bags, it is immaculate. The store did remove the turnkey plastics, which is not my favourite thing, because the turnkey is the first thing that, other than the feature, that you would expect to see some very minor, very super minor hairline scratches on, obviously, when it's opened and closed. We often put replacement plastics on any bags that have come from store without, simply because it makes such a big difference to maintaining the freshness of the hardware. So, as you can see, really beautiful. The foiling on this is really popping against the gold. Really very beautiful combination in the 35 centimetres. It is incredibly impactful and really all over the big bags at the moment. Brand new, so comes complete with all original accessories, which include its beautiful little clochette padlock there. It's a lovely, lovely combination, the B35 in gold. I just think super, super classic. Always a great go-to. And Hermès pricing on the secondary market, always very topsy-turvy in terms of the bigger bags are 9 times out of 10 priced considerably lower than the smaller bags. So this particular B35 in gold, fresh from store, literally less than a month ago, is priced at $20,500, and that is 25,156 US dollar. Is the Birkin Sellier made in a 35? Is it too big in that size given the structure? Great question. Actually, it was one of the first size Birkins to be made in the Sellier. They are very impactful. They are very sturdy. Obviously, where in the Sellier Birkin styles you have the external stitching, it really keeps the rigidity of the bag. I personally think they're really beautiful and very impressive in the 35 centimetre. I'm trying to think, I don't think we even have a 30 Sellier at the moment. The moment that this, obviously, discontinuation was announced by Hermès, we started to see a huge amount of demand for any of our Sellier bags. And currently I only have, I think, 2 left which is in grey and in black. I'm very hopeful that we'll see a few more. But the most sort of iconic in the 35 centimetre, which, as I said, was the rainbow design, which was really, really like an incredibly limited collection. Beautiful in just 2 colours. Initially, they released a third not soon afterwards, but it's incredibly difficult to get hold of. So the Cellier has been on my store wishes for 2 years, so I'm looking at the second-hand market. Never held one though. Oh, I see. Michelle, you're based in the US. Otherwise, I'd say come to see us and we can show you. They sit off the body a lot more because they are very rigid. It's the same with even in the smaller sizes. I don't know if you can see just for comparison. Oops, almost lost you. In terms of the depth of it doesn't look like much, but there is definitely, where you wear some of the bigger bags against your body, the retourné style really sits on the body, whereas the Cellier style, given its rigidity, it's much firmer, and therefore it really does sit off. And I would say also, in terms of the, because it's so rigid, the shape is obviously held very well when it's open, and it does generally look a little bit more boxy. It looks a little bit more square, whereas in the retourné style, it gives a little, and it slouches when open, particularly when open. You've got like that little bit more kind of room for give. But it's a super interesting talking point, I think, particularly among collectors at the moment, is which pieces are really going to hold their value. We know that all Hermès pieces generally retain their value extremely well. But I do think in the long run, where we're only going to see probably bi-colour or at least single tone HSS options come on the market, there are going to be fewer around, and therefore its market value will only increase. So yes, I'm sorry you haven't been successful through the wish list. There aren't many pre-loved Celliers around. I do think people who have been buying them are sitting on them in terms of investments. I haven't seen any pre-loved Cellier Birkins in a while, so it might have to be new. But if you were looking, I would encourage you to buy sooner rather than later, because I do think, as I say, when fewer are coming onto the market, the pricing is going to start to increase. Okay, right, so on to our next one. Let's go to our beautiful, and I'm also very dressed to suit this bag. Is there a more quintessential Hermès colour than the classic orange, which has come back in the last rotation in the U stamp? They have finally started to bring back the classic Hermès orange. It had been missing from the colour charts for the last few years, and it had been replaced by just a few very similar shades, but nothing in quite this classic, kind of quite chalky in the beautiful Clemence leather. It really is a stunning, stunning bright colour. As we move towards the sunnier season, this is just the absolute dream. Okay, palladium hardware, which I always think with some of the brighter colours really does sit a little bit more subtly. So this is obviously your in-betweeny size. We've just seen a B25 and a B35. This is B30. This is my real happy place, I'm not gonna lie. So just in terms of sizing, you can see, let me get my little head out of the way. The 30 is just that little bit dinkier, but it's not as obviously as tiny as the 25. When you look at the depth, the moment you start opening the bags, obviously they start looking much deeper. This is my happy place right here. Such a nice combination with the palladium. Hi Zam, how are you doing? Welcome to this afternoon show. You've joined at a perfect moment. So this B30 in Clemence leather, you can tell it's Clemence rather than Togo because it has got, I'm just going to show you the detail here. Really, really beautiful texture, very soft. It's got sort of like a lot more of a raised grain to it than Togo typically. Nadia, what's your next wish, Jess? Okay, truth be told, I'm still lacking a black, which I know sounds mental, but I went full-blown colour for all of my previous Hermès bags. I am thinking very seriously about a Constance. It's next on my wish list. I'm very keen for, I think, maybe a vintage black box with gold, something along those lines. That's on my hit list right now. I'm biding my time. I don't know if anybody who tuned in to the last, I think it was 2-3 weeks ago, we had the most beautiful Vert Suppress K32. It was my purchase for when I had sold my house, and it sold 2 days before I completed. So it was a sign that maybe that was not destined to be my bag. I had been completely besotted with that bag for a long time. I kind of wish I'd hid it. I did not. I was too slow, and the bag god said no. So I just have to accept that that was the decision made on my behalf. Okay, so the B30 orange, Clemence leather, for a real cult colour. This is a fantastic purchase, priced at £20,500, and that is 25,156 US dollars. So in that real sweet spot combination of bright, beautiful colour. Let me just adjust my comments because everyone's chatting. It's so nice. Temi, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. It's okay, guys. I'm on board with the. Yeah, Nina, it was really, really stunning. It's okay. I've come to terms with the fact that it's sold. We said goodbye to it last week. All is well. It will. Hopefully, it won't be one of those purchases I still think about for a long time in the future. But the beauty of my job is that I am always seeing stunning new stock. Okay, let's go next to the cult item that is the Mini Kelly. This is where you really start seeing prices on the secondary market increase, because these have become such talking points. Really incredibly iconic. Definitely engaged a slightly different client to the Hermès brand, much more current, contemporary, incredible colour selection, always in the K20s. That's generally where we start seeing them start to experiment with new colours. Ooh, Sam, Constance, lovely choice. My pecking order is Birkin, Constance and Kelly. Ooh, that's controversial. Yes, I actually, oddly enough, have hit the Birkin quotation now. Constance is next on mine, so maybe I'm in that train of thinking as well. This Mini Kelly, love it. Yes, Sabrina did feature it on her show. It is such an incredible combination. Nadia, why would someone sell this? Excellent question, Nadia. It's so difficult. We always say when a client is going through the a la carte process, they are given a very small swatch of leather. I know this particular client who was selling it, she actually managed to get a single tone gold from another store while she was waiting for this to be created. So it was between that and the single tone. So I can understand why she didn't want both, because they kind of cover the same bases, right? Temi, I don't even know I'm here. It's like I'm looking to bankrupt myself. Same, Temi. Same. It's so incredibly beautiful. I love trench. We've actually just received a, sorry, I'm just trying to get my glove on again. I would keep this one. Yes, I do think actually what had happened is she'd used the other gold with gold and then couldn't justify keeping them both, which, you know, is incredibly fortunate to be able to have this on your roster. I believe she has several profiles in different stores because that's the game, right? This is unbelievable. This beautiful combination of, so gold with the contrast stitching in trench, with the side panels and the top handle, and gold hardware. Really, really lovely. Love trench. Such a beautiful neutral. Really super combination. So my friend made cray and gold as the handle. Ooh, that's quite a nice little touch of neutral. It's really, really nice. It would have been tempting to keep both. You're totally right, Nina. I like to live in that world where they're both on the table. Okay, really lovely combination with this very classic colour in trench. Priced at, in the Kelly 20, as I say, the premium on the Kelly 20 is something we just don't see across the board yet. £27,500, and that is 33,745 US dollars. Nadia, I love your Poussin. Yes, that is a stunning yellow, really beautiful. I've just received actually a B25. I'm not sure it's been checked in properly yet, in the jaune, and it is a lovely little kind of baby chick colour. Really beautiful yellow. Okay, so that is our HSS pick for the day. HSS, for anyone new to the Hermès bag world, means special order. Means this was created as part of the a la carte process, and it is identifiable by its gorgeous, let me just move that is a little horseshoe. Really, really lovely foiling there that shows that it was created as part of the a la carte process. So this obviously brand new in box, full set, pretty fresh from store. Stunning, really, really beautiful. Clever lady. So her Kelly will essentially be free. Well, exactly. That is the Hermès bag game, is that you make enough money back on so many clients that we work with will see their allocation, and it's 1 for 1, right? So you keep one, you sell one. Cheryl has really kindly provided all of the payment information for you to be able to check out with any of the purchases that are featured on the show. Everything is available to purchase for immediate dispatch. Okay, right. So we're going to go into the slightly obscure world of alternative Hermès bags. Not your Birkin, not your Kelly, not your Constance, not even a Lindy, Picton, Rulli. We're going so far out of the comfort zone of Hermès bags. This super unusual little beauty is the Kloot farming bucket bag. So designed to be worn over the shoulder, you can actually extend the strap to have a single strap. Really, oh gosh, sorry, I'm wearing the worst blouse. Hang on, let's get all my sleeve out. It's very like Anne Boleyn situation going on here. The bucket bag. Really not something that has been produced since. This is an A stamp, so it's a couple of years old now. 2017, I would say, 2018 maybe. Beautiful combination with this incredible gold hardware stud work. Called the farming bag because obviously it arcs back to Hermès's equestrian and slightly more rural roots in saddlery. Very, very beautiful detailing on this. Let me just have a look. Oh, we've got some questions. I didn't want to say that. We are now all very aware of resale versus retail. This is super interesting. Kiki, can it go crossbody? Yes, it can. Let me, it's a bit fiddly, I'm not going to lie, because it is made in this beautiful double-faced box leather. So it just does mean that generally straps in the box leather are very, very sturdy. Box, one of my personal favourite leathers. It has a very vintagey feel. There you go. Ta-da! So, God, these sleeves. I didn't think about this when I got dressed this morning, did I? No. Right, love that. I think it's really cute. So it denotes back to Hermès' roots in obviously saddlery. The picotin, as we all know, is the little nose bag for the horses. This is the seed scattering bag. So it literally opens on the top. Let me just readjust. It's really, really unusual. Like what they feed the horse in. Yeah, so Nadia, that's actually where the picotin comes from. Where's my picotin? Ta-da! This is the little nose bag for the horse. That's where the picotin gets its inspiration from. Love that. However, so this is where you would obviously wear it across your body and you would reach in and you would scatter your grain. Hence the farming name behind it. My grandparents would be really pleased that I know that. Okay, that's our little protective felt. It is entirely box leather, just faced on the inside with this amazing stud work around the top. How beautiful is this? So stunning. It is I'd say brand new. It's obviously a few years old. It's new in box, unworn. Anna, we don't have the jaune yet, but the moment it is ready to come on a show, I will absolutely feature it. It's very similar to like the limoncello tone. It's a little bit lighter, I would say, a little bit more kind of pastel-y than the limoncello. Right, so the farming bucket bag in black box leather with gold hardware, this piece here is priced at £4,000, which is $4,908 US. This is an excellent price piece for a new, unworn, heritage design piece. It doesn't have any box studs, it just has a few. It's got that lovely foiling on the bottom. It is a really significant, interesting piece from the Hermès archives. As I say, unworn, immaculate condition, fully adjustable, strap there, just really super unusual. Such a great conversation piece for any Hermès collector. Stunning. Thought that was a really interesting one to try and feature today. We always love going through and finding some of our more obscure pieces. The next piece I want to talk about is a new addition to the Hermès collection. This is the the Hack Ado backpack. So the Hack Haute et Couture, excuse my horrific enunciation, French was not my subject at school, comes from the large saddle bag, again a nod to Hermès' roots in equestrian saddlery production initially. This is the same hardware that you see featured in the very large saddle bags that are affectionately known as the Hack bags. Very, very large. Generally, their hardware is much chunkier than the Birkin. It's the bag that inspired Jane Birkin's Birkin. It was sort of made more feminine into the Birkin style, but the Hack remains very much the original Birkin design. This is designed to be worn as a sort of backpack, sort of crossbody. Oh, crumbs. There you go. Right. How cute is this? So this is in this beautiful, super supple cacao colour in Togo leather, as you can see from the graining. Palladium hardware there. Very chunky turnkey for the Hack bags. Just going to show you the hardware. So this is the turnkey that is derived from the Hack bag. As you can see, the plating, like the front plaque, is very chunky. Also the same with the, all of the front hardware. It's very sturdy, unlike the Birkin, which was obviously sort of made a little bit more delicate. Really roomy. As you can see, beautifully lined in coordinating cacao leather. Let's get my glove on properly. One single compartment with a tiny little pocket at the bottom. Also comes with its clochette and padlock, which is here. So this was a new introduction in the last year to the Hermès collection. Very much a unisex bag style. They've produced some amazing exotic ones in this collection, actually. Really, really fun, easy to wear with this single strap. You can also wear it like a messenger bag across the front as well. Love this design. I think it's really unusual. Okay, this one is priced at 9,200 and that pounds, and that is 11,289 US dollars. And don't forget, any of our international clients, our shipping and duties are covered for any purchases made during our live shows. So immediately available to purchase via the icon at the top of the screen there. Stunning. Okay, super interesting. Okay, we're going to go back to a classic. Most people's number 3, my personal number 2 in the Hermès lineup, is the Constance. Always identifiable by the incredible hardware on the front. This one is in a colour raisin, in chèvre leather, which is beautiful goat skin, this amazing kind of luminosity to goat skin with its really tight grain, really delicate, smooth, soft, almost has like a shine to the texture of the chèvre Mysore leather. Love this combination. Woo, so cute. Beautiful purple tone. Actually, always in photographs looks like a really deep purple. It's not too dissimilar to anemone, which is always a really big colour for Hermès, incredibly popular, particularly in the smaller sizes. In the Mini Kelly and the Birkin 25, we saw some beautiful anemone Swift options. Stunning, really beautiful combination with the palladium hardware there. This is used stamp 2023, so literally from store, but a few days ago. So it is immaculate. All of the front plastics are protected by their hardware. The Constance obviously has this is the original style of Constance, so it has that lovely concertina effect there. They've recently just see if I can get this open. They've redesigned the inside of the Constance. Some of the bags now come with a single compartment. This one has the original, technically 4, but 2 main compartments with 2 small pockets. Ray, how are you doing? Thank you for joining us. Welcome. You have joined us in time to see this beautiful 18 centimeters, so the small or mini size in the Constance, in raisin, chèvre Mysore leather with palladium hardware, and it is priced at £12,500, and that is 15,000. And wear it over the shoulder. No. Or obviously crossbody. I prefer the double. Ooh, yes, that's interesting. What do you prefer? Any Constance lovers out there? Are we on board with the redesign of the single pocket, which comes with a really cute little mirror as well? Or do we think the double pocket is more practical? Love that. Okay, right, what do we say? Zam, I prefer double, but I do like the mirror that comes with it now. I agree. Ooh, Cheryl's very kindly broken it down with Split It. Love that. It makes it so much more mentally affordable. Love that. Ray, it is indeed a beautiful, beautiful colour. Hilary, I agree. Incredible. Such a eye-catching purple. Let's just give it its moment in the ring light. Oh, gosh. Stunning. Really on board with this beautiful purple. So yeah, you've got the concertina. I don't actually have, I will do that maybe perhaps next week if we get another constance with the single pocket in. We can do a comparison because I do think it's quite interesting. One pocket only comes in 2418 as well. Well, they called it the 24-1, so I haven't seen any small ones yet. That doesn't mean they haven't been produced. It just might mean that they haven't hit the stores yet. But generally, in the 24 size, it's very, obviously the 24 is a real size up. I love the bigger bag, so I do think they're super practical. This is definitely a little bit more versatile in terms of evening wear. The hardware on the 24 is really, really significant as well, which I think is a great feature, especially if you're looking for something quite clashy. I love my metals, so big 24 gold hardware, black box leather. Hit me up, guys, if you've got anything to consign. I will buy from you. We're always here for consignment pieces. Okay, right, raisin. Just a beautiful colour. I am here for it. Okay, not quite a classic, but a cornerstone of the Hermès bag collection is the Her bag. Super practical, everyday bag, my personal favourite travel bag. This one has a little surprise. I love the Verso bags because they always have a little hidden something. This has, ooh, a bubblegum pocket. How nice is this combination? I was always told that red and pink is a clash. I'm wearing red and pink today. Love the colour clashing. It's very Gucci inspired colours, right? Alexandra Michelle, like beautiful colour combo. Clash. Love it. I think that is honestly such a beautiful combination in the rubies, the rose, the pink bubblegum and rouge H top leather. So her bags come in beautiful Vache Hunter, shiny, sturdy, very, very hard working leather. Hermès does make everything work. I'm really on board with some of the colour clashes, red and pink. I'm really here for it. I think it's such a nice, subtle, because you don't see it from the front. You just have your little pop of colour in the back. It's great for travelling. I always say, stick your passport in here. It's got the contrast lining with the rubis toile. Just love it. And my favourite thing about the Her bag, I have a preschooler who is 9 times out of 10 filthy. Any grubby fingerprints, you can take off the leather parts. I will actually show you today. You can remove the handle if you don't want to wear it crossbody, but you can actually pretty much completely take the Her bag apart. You remove this central stud here, which comes with these very cool little ball bearing chain. You take off the end of your Her bag. You remove all the leather parts and instantly you can dry clean the, so there's the central bar, look, that comes out of here. You can take the top handle off, for example. I won't try and put it back on because you have to do it quite delicately. Obviously these bags are brand new. You can take off the top handle and just have your crossbody. You can take off the crossbody and just have it as a little briefcase. And then you remove the top leather parts and you can dry clean the canvas, which I think is incredibly well thought out for anyone who really wants to make their Hermès bag work for them. Okay, cool. This one is priced at £3,950 and is available for $4,847 US. So there you go, little cheat hack for the Her bag which you can entirely dismantle, essentially. And Cheryl, look at that. £329.17 per month with Split It. You'd barely notice it coming out of your account. How delicious. Sam, Jess, the K20 Gold matte alligator cell. Sam, I have it here. It is part of the show because I felt that obviously it came in last week and Sabrina got to cover it first. It's still available and it is here beside me. Okay. We'll do the reveal, make it a little bit sexier. This is an absolute treat. Sam. Cheryl will very kindly provide the Split It payments on our K20 matte alligator, although in this ring light it does look like it's got a bit more of a sheen. Matte alligator, you know, it's a natural skin, so it still has an element of oiliness to it. Let's just hold it there for a moment. I'm going to get my mug out of the shot. Just unreal. How stunning is this? So gold, only very recently introduced into the exotic colour chart, obviously a cornerstone of the Hermès colour chart for decades now in the leather collection. But how about this in matte alligator? So the Mini Kelly only really produced in alligator skin rather than its slightly more premium competitors in the Porosus or Nilo croc. Alligator, always identifiable. It actually has much bigger plates or scales. They're generally a little bit less uniform. They don't have the same sort of paw detailing or the little dot that you will notify if you ever need to try and distinguish between alligator and croc. You can always also check to reconfirm that. I'm just going to do this very gently. Obviously, this is a really very special bag, and we must treat it like a little baby. Oh, she's so beautiful. Very delicately undo the, oops, without dislodging the plastics too much. So that little square that you see there denotes to the fact that this is alligator skin. It is absolutely beautiful. I cannot tell you how many people have been in touch wanting to re-see this. Sabrina obviously featured on Tuesday night show. It is a real treat. We see so many Mini Kellys. I mean, we're very, very fortunate to do so. We always have the absolute best collection of Mini Kellys. However, the exotics are few and far between and they are incredibly sought after. Really super special with a super special price point. This one so the Kelly 20 centimetre mini in gold matte alligator, gold hardware, available for £67,950, and that is $83,381 US. What a treat. Brand new full set, all plastics visible on the hardware. Full set comes with its hand carry sighties as well. Obviously with exotic pieces we can only deliver within the United Kingdom. However, if you are shopping internationally, please do not hesitate to get in touch. We can always look after pieces for you until you're able to visit the United Kingdom to collect them. Absolutely stunning. Such a beautiful addition to an existing collection. Love, love, love. Obviously comes with its matching strap, where the hardware plastics are all still intact. Stunning. Okay, right, how much time have we got? Oh, we've got 10 minutes. I haven't got through half the stuff that I needed to do today. Sorry, we always get super distracted, although it's quite a blessing actually, because a few pieces that I was planning on featuring sold right before the show. I don't know why that's happened today, but all good things. Some very beautiful bags all winging their way to some very lucky recipients. Okay, right, where should we go next? Let's do okay, we've got another exotic today, but it's a very unusual one. Very, very unusual. I'm not sure it's been featured for a while. I can't remember if Sabrina popped this on her show. This is a very unusual. Oh, hang on. We've had some questions and I've missed them. I'd have to be on the top 10 as well if I would carry this. Yes, that's very true. You know, show us what's sold. Interesting to see. Oh yes, so I've had to technically hide them. We have sold, let's just have a look, where is it? Oh, the lime. I think it's actually already been pinched to be packed and sent. So we've beautiful K25 lime and a B35 taupe, which has gone. Yeah, they've all gone. They've gone right before the show. One of our wonderful dispatch team came and pinched them. So they're already winging their way to the lucky purchasers. If you've tuned in, your bag would have been featured, but it's already left. Okay, this needs a little bit of an introduction because this is a very unusual part of the Petite H collection. So Petite H, little h, is Hermès's nod to the reuse of materials. So they call it their collection or creation in reverse. Usually, obviously, when you are creating as an artisan, creating a beautiful Hermès bag, you have your exquisite slab of pristine leather from which you're working, cutting all of the elements of your Birkin or Kelly or Constance, etc. Instead, Hermès started taking all of the pieces for leather that was unused, the side cut pieces, and transform them into really unique creations. So the box bags are literally created out of the offcuts. But do not let this deter you, because 9 times out of 10 they are entirely unique, and they have this incredible little Petite H stamp, which denotes the fact that it was part of the recycled collection, I guess. They have reused the padlocks to attach the top strap. You have this incredible blue celeste exterior and handle. It has palladium, very delicate palladium hardware to attach the top strap. Epsom leather on the exterior. Blue ochre is the colour, this amazing shiny alligator croc on both the side panels, and black interior, really interestingly. So literally the interior is chèvre leather, which is quite normal for Hermès bags to be lined in chèvre leather. The obviously most spectacular part is your little flash of croc on the side, which I love, and then also just this incredible colour, blue celeste. I've actually just received a blue celeste B25 cello, which I'm obsessed with. It's sitting next to me. Maybe we'll show it in a second once we've gone through this beauty. Price-wise, for an entirely unique Hermès piece, again, another great conversation piece, really unusual, actually quite practical, probably more so than the Mini Kelly in terms of obviously similar sort of sizing. It's pretty much the same width, but depth-wise, you get so much more in it, including your full phone and any other little goodies. I think it's so simple, the construction, but it's beautiful. Perfect condition, obviously new, unworn. This one is priced at £9,500, and that is 1,160, no, hang on, no, ignore me, 11,657. Oh gosh. You can tell it's the end of the show. Stunning. I just think they're really beautiful, unusual, interesting, and also the fact that they're unique will always really add to a collection. One of my favourite pieces I think we've ever received. I am shocked that the person wanted to sell this because I do think they are really beautiful, unusual talking pieces. It kind of looks like a little lunchbox. The really, genuinely most chic lunchbox you'll ever see. I'm sure if my son saw this, he would be like, great place to put snacks. Really incredible detailing. I love the shiny croc. And I just think it's so much better protected. Like, obviously, when we receive a shiny croc bag, they are incredibly delicate. Whereas this has got lovely, stunning cellier stitching all around the edge, protected by the Epsom leather. So I do think it would be really quite easy to protect and maintain this. Stunning. Okay, I think we are at the end of our session for today. Is it disconnected? Oh, we mean discontinued. So the Petit 8 collection are unique pieces made from offcuts of leather, literally the pieces that Hermès would have otherwise disposed of. So it's their nod to the kind of slightly more cyclical nature. Still obviously beautifully handmade. Stamp-wise, that's an excellent question. I don't happen to, did it have it in the, let me have a look. Oh, I don't know if it was in the details. I will double check the stamp. I believe that it is, the interior is black, so that's super unhelpful, isn't it? Or if it doesn't have a stamp. No, no stamp, to my knowledge. But a very good question, nonetheless. Unless it's on this top flat, but I'm really cautious of bending shiny leather because, there we go. No, if it's, I will double check the stamp D. It might actually be visible if you click on the bag icon because I don't want to distort the bag too much to try and see the stamp. But as I say, it is brand new, unworn. Stunning. Very, very beautiful. Okay, guys, thank you very much for joining this afternoon for our kind of, I guess my shows are always a little bit more calm. They are, we're locked away in the vault where no one can disturb us. Such a treat. It has been lovely talking you through all of our wonderful... Ooh, did Cheryl actually just share the stamp? Was it in there, Cheryl? No, I don't think it does have a stamp. Rojo would look awesome on this. Sam, I totally agree. That's so true. Thank you for joining us for our hour of informativeness. I was going to say, that's not a word. Nadia, thank you. I've really appreciated all of your questions and feedback, as ever. Have a lovely afternoon, everybody. Please do join. I think Eleanor has a power hour this afternoon at 5 p.m. Please join us for then. I think Sophie has a styling show this evening as well. We always really appreciate all of your feedback. Of course, if you have any questions, please do DM us. If not, join us for the next instalment from Hermès School, yes, next week from the Luxury Promise Hermès Vault. Thank you so much.